So, you've got this big, exciting goal. You dream about it, you know you're capable, and yet you don't start. You hesitate, you second guess yourself, and before you know it, you're stuck in the same place, watching other people go after what you want. Does this sound familiar? If so, you're not alone. Fear of failure is something we all face at some point. But what if I told you that failure isn't your enemy? It's actually the key to your success. Today, we are flipping the script. No more overthinking, no more playing small. I'm going to show you how to move past fear and take action like the unstoppable force you were meant to be. Let's dive in. So, let's break this down. Why are we so scared of failing? Well, it usually comes down to one of these four things. First, fear of judgment. What will people think of me? We worry about looking foolish or embarrassing ourselves. The fear of criticism can be paralyzing, making us hesitate to take action. But remember, most people are too focused on their own lives to question yours as much as you think. And those who judge, they are usually not the ones that taking risk themselves. Next, fear of disappointment. What if I let myself down? We set high expectations and feel pressure to meet them perfectly. But failure is only disappointing if we frame it that way. What if instead we saw it as proof that we are trying, learning, and improving? Every setback is actually a step forward because it teaches us what doesn't work, which gets us closer to what does. Then there's fear of wasted effort. What if I try and it's all for nothing? The thought of investing time and energy into something that doesn't work out can feel like waste, but every effort teaches you something valuable. Even if things don't go as planned, you gain experience, resilience, and a better understanding of what works and what doesn't. Plus, nothing is truly wasted. What you learn in one situation often applies in another. And finally, fear of the unknown. What if I fail and don't know what to do next? Not knowing the outcome can feel terrifying, but uncertainty is a part of every journey. Instead of seeing it as a threat, try seeing it as an adventure, a chance to learn something new, to pivot and to surprise yourself with your own growth. Most of the time, the unknown isn't as scary as we imagine. It's where all the exciting possibilities live. I can tell you that you're not alone in this. But here's the truth. Failure isn't actually what's stopping you. It's the story you're telling yourself about failure. Fear is a story we tell ourselves. Now, let's flip the script. What if I told you that failure isn't the opposite of success? It's actually a stepping stone to it. The most successful people didn't avoid failure. They embrace it. Oprah got fired from her first TV job. J.K. Rowling got rejected 12 times before Harry Potter was published. And Steve Jobs, he got kicked out of his own company. But guess what? They kept going, and so can you. Failure isn't a dead end. A failure is just feedback. It's just life telling you how to do it better next time. It's proof that you're trying, growing, and getting closer to success. Every step, even the messy ones, are part of your journey. The trick is to reframe it. Ask yourself, what does this teach me, or what can I do differently? This shift in mindset makes all the difference. Now that we've exposed fear, let's talk about how to take action anyway. Because confidence, it doesn't come from waiting, it comes from doing. First up, the 5-second rule. Whenever fear creeps in, count down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and move. Your brain won't have time to talk you out of it. If you hesitate to speak up in a meeting, post that content, or take that first step, count down and do it before fear has a chance to stop you. The key here is to make movement a habit. The more you act before your fears take over, the easier it becomes to push past them. Next, fail fast, learn faster. The most successful people don't avoid failure, they fail faster. The quicker you try, the quicker you learn. Every failure is just data that helps you to improve. Try setting small, low-risk goals that allow you to experience tiny failures. This makes you resilient and less afraid of bigger failures. Experiment with things often, whether it's trying a new skill, testing an idea, or stepping outside your comfort zone. The more comfortable you get with small failures, the less fear has a hold on you. Now, let's talk about self-talk. If your best friend was scared to try something, you'd tell her, "You got this." So why don't we do that for ourselves? Start journaling and replace self-doubt with affirmations. Instead of saying, "I can do this," say, "I'm figuring it out as I go." Talk to yourself with kindness. Encourage yourself daily and remind yourself of past wins, even the small ones. The way you talk to yourself is the foundation of your confidence. Another game changer, exposure therapy for fear. It's when you gradually expose yourself to your fears to desensitize them. If public speaking scares you, start by speaking in front of a mirror, then practice in front of a friend, then a small group. Before you know, it won't feel so scary anymore. Fear shrinks when you face it head on. Take small, controlled risks in the areas that scare you, and soon fear won't control you anymore. And finally, the "what's the worst that can happen" trick. When fear paralyzes you, ask yourself, what's the worst that can happen? Usually the worst case scenario isn't as catastrophic as we imagine. Even if you fail, you'll survive and learn. More often than not, failure just leads you to a different, sometimes even better path. This hack helps take the pressure off and reminds you that failure is rarely as bad as we think. Let's take a moment to reflect. We talked about why we fear failure, how to reframe it, and the exact steps to move past it. Because at the end of the day, fear isn't what holds us back. It's the way you see it. The truth is, the only real failure is never trying at all. Your dreams, your goals, your potential, they're all on the other side of fear. The sooner you start, the sooner you grow. So go out there, take that first step and show yourself what you're truly capable of. So here's your challenge. Pick one small action, just one, that you've been hesitating on, and do it today, right now. Don't wait for the perfect moment, just start. And if this video gave you even a tiny push in the right direction, let me know in the comments what action you're taking, and let's cheer each other on. Go make it happen, and see you in the next video. Bye!